Hi everyone, it's great to see you. I'm sitting back here by these two large planters and we are going to be planting up the center with a new beautiful hydrangea. So both of these planters are bag in the pot planters, so let me show you what that looks like. All around the rim, I have lemon coral sedum. I have these very pretty Acapulco rose double impatiens that are doing really, really well. And now I need something to go in that nursery pot. And fortunately, I found the perfect thing to put in there this morning. I went to a lovely nursery called Wildwood. If you make it down to Rhode Island, Wildwood is a smallish nursery, but they have a fabulous selection of hydrangea. I always make sure that I go there at least once a season to see what they have. And these really caught my eye. These are a zebra hydrangea. What a great name. So I'm assuming they're called a zebra hydrangea because the flowers are white, and these are a mop head, a macrophylla, one of those round ball flowers. And usually those are pink or blue. But in this case, they bloom this sort of ripply white color with just a tint of either pink or blue. So this has a tint of pink, and if you look at the little stems to the flowers, they're actually pink. But when you get up to the big stems, these stems here are so dark they're almost black. So we have this really dark foliage on black stems, and our white flowers makes me think of a zebra. So I'm really excited to get both of these. I think the contrast with this dark foliage and then the bright white over here in an area that's kind of shady is perfect. Now, I've already gotten my 5-gallon grow bags. I've put a little bit of dirt in there. These are pretty big hydrangeas, so I don't want to add too much in there. I want them to be able to fit in. And I have to tell you, these are going to go in the ground this fall. So for now, this is a temporary spot for them. You know that sometimes I take these bags into the shed, and I certainly could do that with the zebra hydrangeas, but I have a new little garden area that I think might be calling their name. So you might see a future video where I'm planting them up. Now the zebra hydrangea is hardy down to zone 5, so not quite hardy enough for me to leave out in a pot over the winter. It either has to come in or go in the ground. But once it's in the ground, that's pretty good. Usually we don't get down to zone 5 temperatures. We're really zone 6, 7. Okay, this is going to be tricky. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Ah, not rooted all the way to the bottom. I'm going to have to add a little more soil. Okay. So, oops, it's dipping. I have some of the potting mix in here. Ooh, maybe not that much of the potting mix. Okay. Oh, that looks much better. I'm going to turn it so that the flowers are facing out. Oops. And if you do that, don't worry, because this is now going to be propagated rather than thrown away. Okay. Lower it in carefully. Oh, that looks good. I'm very sorry, Mr. Hydrangea, that I broke part of you off. Fortunately, it had a lot of stems, so we're going to be okay. I'm going to, I'll have to come back and cut our tag. Now, this hydrangea actually is going to get to be about 4 to 5 feet tall, 3 to 4 feet wide, so it gets pretty big. I might need to move it a bit because I want this flower, I think, right in the center. Okay. This is where having it in the bag is nice because I can just sort of rotate that. Oh, I think I'm going to like that better. Okay, let's try the other one. First, I put in the bag just because I want to make sure that it slides in evenly. If I pack it too full before I go to slide it in, it might not fit. Okay, wish me luck. Such a nerve-wracking part here. Okay, we're gonna carefully lift, shake, hold with the shoes. Good. There we go. Dump in the rest. Ooh, I got dirt in my shoes. Okay. That looks good. This growing medium has some nice wood chips in it to sort of aerate it, which is great. Okay. Here we go. Oops, we're stuck on something. Okay. Whew. Had to wrestle with that one a little bit. Let me see if I like how that is positioned. I really like how this looks. Those white blossoms just really jump out nicely. And boy, I could see this getting taller. I might even have to keep them in the bags here over winter. This is a nice place for these. And if you look closely at these blossoms, I love how there's sort of a ripply edge to them. This is where having different varieties of hydrangeas, you need to be looking at the flower count for each of these little petal pieces here and how those little petals are shaped. There's just so many different varieties, and it's so fun to find a new one. Now, this particular variety blooms on old wood. It doesn't bloom on this year's growth. So that's why it's kind of a toss-up on whether they will bloom if you leave them outside all winter or not, because they're gonna bloom on this fall's growth. So these really might be a good one to protect by bringing into my shed. Then I would know that they're definitely going to bloom, and you know that I love those flowers. Now, zebra here is also going to possibly get some sunspots. Do you see how it's kind of crispy here? If that happens to one of your hydrangeas, you can go and you can just pick off the few leaves that get that way. It's like a little sunburnt. You don't have to, but grooming your plants, I do this a lot with the coleus too. Sometimes there's a few leaves that just don't look their best, and if you really want it to look its best, you certainly can do that. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.